Today is October 10, 2021. Again, I was on a long day shift. This is shift number 2 out of 3 long days. When I started the shift today, initially we were short again because one nurse was sick and I was about to feel like we were just gonna struggle again. But fortunately, when we started the handover, one nurse from the other side, from the other ward, was sent to us, and later on I found out that it's because our manager actually stepped out of her managerial duty and actually included herself in the numbers in the other ward to even out and to make the ward completely staffed. So that was very kind of her. She does this quite a lot because even during the weekdays she's here, and when she sees that there are a lot of shortages everywhere and it can't be covered, especially on our ward, she steps in. So she just takes a step back from whatever emails, complaints, and whatever managerial stuff she has to do, and actually takes in patients or takes charge so that we have the right numbers in the ward. So that's one of the things actually that I like about the manager that I currently have. It's because she's not afraid to actually step in and help out in the ward. So another surprise, a positive surprise today was that there were a lot of new students that started, and the more numbers that we have is actually better, because there will be a lot more eyes and more hands to help each other out in order to care for the patients. So even if it is their first day, as soon as we orientate them to the different areas in the ward, show them where things are, and even if they don't know how to do observations yet, then once we show them and they get used to it, then obviously they can repeat it again, and they will be very helpful to us, to everyone really, to get things done. I mean, in the process, obviously, they learn a lot, and also it's good that they learn the situation that they're gonna go into if they or once they qualify. So this is the reality in NHS, and there's a lot of shortages, and there might also be things that you really can't avoid. So, but thankfully, this today's shift was actually okay. We managed to have like a 15-minute sit down once all the work was done in the afternoon, and just take a breather. For me, even if I still had a long list, I also had to just stop really. It's very tiring, so I just stopped for like 15 minutes, take a breather, just sit back and just relax for a bit, and then after that get back to action again. And then at around 6 p.m. we got 2 discharges, and then we had also had several transfers over the day. So we've got like, no, we had 4 transfers. So like at around 6:45 p.m. So like we got 3 admissions from A&E. No, actually 4 admissions from A&E, one after the other. And the last one arrived like exactly 7:25, just 5 minutes before handover. So things like this do happen, and yeah, you just have to accept really that they just came in. All we can do is baseline observations and make the patient sign the property, check their property, and make them sign their property disclaimer, or if they want to have any property to be secured, then we can do that one. Then the rest, the admission paperwork and all the other complex treatments can be done by the following shift because it's only 5 minutes, and it's time to hand over, and we've done a long day's work, so it's their turn now. So that's why we have the handover, so that things that are not done um, can be, we can tell the next shift and they can do it for us. It's the same when we come back the next day and they are from night shift, then obviously we will have to continue whatever is left to be done. So it's very important for us nurses to work together, and it's really good to, first of all, assume and think positive that the previous shift really did what they could do, and whatever is left is because they have no more time for it. So we just have to continue whatever is left to do. Now I know there can be exceptions. There really are some people who, even if the shift is not really busy, just try and do just the minimal. I am a witness to that. We can't deny it. There are some people who are like that, but just because there are a few who are like that doesn't mean we have to treat everyone like they're just trying to avoid things. So we have to assume the best in people, and nurses in general are good people, and they do try their best to do everything and do what they can for the patient. So we have to assume that it's better to assume that for everyone, have a positive approach, and for those who are in the exception, then when they see that people are trying to think positively of them, then hopefully and God willing, they will actually do their best the next time to do everything that they can for the patient. um, what else can I say about the shift? um, it was also very helpful that there were students today, because we did have a few patients who needed to be like monitored as well because of false risk, and then we got this patient who is also confused and tries to walk around, so we don't really want them to fall or accidentally slip in the toilet. So yeah, at least we have a good number of people who can keep an eye on these patients. um, I was happy as well because one of our mental health patients has gotten better and actually discharged today, going back to their home with the family. So that's one success that I can, or we can, celebrate for our team today. And what else? Oh no, not actually one. We had two medical patients with MH background who were actually safely discharged today. So I mean, everybody deserves a second chance. I mean, there are times when you are really down and depressed, and you just don't want to do anything, or you don't want to continue with life, but you can always turn it around. And if you get the right medical care and support as well, emotionally, that then you can always change things. It's really up to the patient. I mean, even if we give all the medical treatment that we could, and if the patient doesn't really respond well, or changes the way he or she thinks, then it will not really work. So it's same for us nurses, really. um, Even if we have the best training, or we've got the best educational background, if the attitude is not very good, or your approach to nursing practice is just to do the minimal, or like a lazy fair approach, then it's not a very good practice at all. So if you really want to make a difference in nursing and do proper nursing care, then you really have to, um, you know, to take the stand and just do it and just give your best in nursing care. So yeah, it can be very tiring, and that will always be the case when you give a lot of effort in something. So don't be surprised, you will really be tired. Nursing is a very tiring profession, especially with ward setting. So it's nearly midnight now, and I still have to do day number 3 tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna leave it here. So when I check the staffing today, for tomorrow's staffing, we are complete. Hopefully, I'm really crossing my fingers that no one calls in sick or no one has any important, emergencies that may stop them from coming to work, because it really makes a difference. One missing person makes a very, very big difference. So yeah, here's to hoping everything will be well tomorrow as well. My third and last day for this week. Well, this weekdays anyway, because I'm back on, I think, Sunday. So, well, wish me luck.